Nice, Kamaz. What a tune. What a tune next? Where's my Lunar Iconics image gone? Oh no. Hold the phone. Where is that gone? It's gone walkies. We are going to have to quickly get the in-game logos done, which I've just realised we haven't actually got done yet. There we go. There is that. I have to go on that side with the grey background because they're currently blocking. Wouldn't have been blocking otherwise with their image being a see-through one. But hello, hello, hello. We're here for some Sakura gameplay. There's a few question marks over this game with the Xbox going down and Game Pass being down for those people on PC that still playing off a Game Pass, but looks like the issues have been done, have been dealt with, the updates have been done. Everyone's in full on Season 5 force now. Star, PlayStation DJ. We are just waiting on a lobby code from the teams, and then we will get this secure matchup underway. Whilst we are waiting, we are just going to quickly get done what I'll be honest, I should have already done, but I haven't. What are you going to do about it? I haven't sorted it early. I normally do, but I have forgotten. So let's just quickly change these to what they should be for tonight. You're late. It's fine, mate. Honestly, I almost was late because I was playing pub still until about 5 minutes ago. We can work out the sizing when we get into the game. I'm sure there's valid reasons for the players not being there. Lacroix, here we go. Shut up. Kamaz, shut up. We actually just had a Lacroix, here we go. Talk to me, Kamaz. Exactly what the song's saying. Talk to me. Is that an actual confirmed here we go? If it is, we are over the moon there. Think we have just got a code through. Right from Case House. Wait, you went to Case? You and Kay were together today. That's class. What are you doing in London? Oh, we'll catch up later. You got a league game to play. Lock in. You got a league game to play. I'll catch up with you about what you do with Kay in London later on. That is class though. Big fan of that. That's got to be the Peachy OGs. Let's resize that. We can fix the sizing of the game, the images in game, but for now, that is going to be all we need to get us going short term. There we go. Now we can hop back over to the maps there. We can actually start to think now about what is going to happen in this game. Bit of a typical map pool, isn't it? You're not seeing too many surprises or anything like that in here. You've got your Scar hardpoint. You've got your Scar overload as well. One of the favoured overloads for the teams. You've got Raid S&D. Overload's also going to be on Scar. Den S&D map 5 should we go there. We've seen the Peachy have a map 5 when we watch them up against Paradox Pearls. There we go. We are getting the names. And you've also got the, of course, Lunar Iconics. We've seen them win in a 3-0 fashion, I think it was, when we watched the Lunar Iconics previously play, if I'm not mistaken. So it's got the makings of a good game. We'll actually pull up the current Sakura standings as we go into kind of the crux for these Sakura teams. You've got playoffs happening this weekend in the Sakura division, so it's all up for grabs here. And here is currently where the teams are stood. The Lunar Iconics 12-1. Haven't played that Paradox Pearls team, which are 12-2, so that'll be an absolute banger of a game to watch there between those two big dogs. Maybe a little bit of a preview into what the grand final could be like. And outside that, Peachy Originals 8-6, so they've won 2, lost 2. They've got 2 more to play tonight as well. Peachy, Blush, and Bullets. They finished all their games at 13-6. So you're looking at they're maybe picking up third. Can the Peachy Originals, based on tonight's games, kind of sneak in, take that third place off their sister team potentially? I'm not sure. And Project Highborn, 2 games left to go as well. Paradox Pearls, Peachy Originals, and the Peachy Originals one is later tonight. I'm not sure when Paradox is getting their last few games in. But we know when these teams are getting their next couple games in. Peachy are back-to-back games starting with this one now tonight. I'm not sure about Lunar. Let's see. So Paradox Pearls and Project Highborn are actually playing as well as we speak. They should be live. So lots of games going on here in the Challenger division this evening. Release. Oh, what a tune, by the way. What a tune, by the way. Yes, I know. You don't need to worry about it. We just don't freaking go without it. It's when I'm with you. Should probably join the cast call, shouldn't I, actually? Oh.
Suck your mother.
Right. Teams are ready. The lobby code has been sent out, so it is now going to be getting into that map number 1 very shortly. The Scar hard point between these sides. I think a hot start is going to be needed from both. There's going to be a couple cold players going into this series with some of the issues that we've had on the Xbox. But that's going to be something that we can deal with, and I'm sure the players, as the map starts to kind of go on, they will be able to go for. We will mute my Discord notifications, because otherwise that could get quite annoying. Cool. This is not the song I was expecting. Right, both teams are in now. We are just waiting for that one player to click the start match button, and we will be underway tonight. with the Xbox servers. Yeah, 4 players in this lobby, all on Xbox. So they've had a stressful past hour potentially, especially with Peachy, who should have had a league game at 7 going into this, but weren't able to get that one done because of the Xbox, and they'll be playing that one straight after this. So it's all over the place. But of course, we are now almost there. Teams, players that we've seen before. Lunar side unchanged from the last time we watched them play. Peachy the exact same, I think. I'm unchanged from when we also watched them last play. So it's going to be a good game between two sides that are still fighting for that top 4 spots in the playoffs. One maybe towards slightly further up, with Lunar Iconics only having dropped to 1 map so far. A big game with them up again. I thought it was about the music lagging then. Big game with them against Paradox Pearls at some point soon, I would imagine. I don't remember if I actually looked to see if they've got their game scheduled in against each other. Can't say I've seen that they have. Oh, it was yesterday. It was yesterday those two teams played, and it was a 3-1 in favour of Lunar. So Lunar are looking to be top of the group here, as they won 3-1 against Paradox Pearls yesterday. Of course they did. I watched that game. I literally watched that game happen. Of course I knew that. But yeah, we are almost there. The players almost in, all ready to go. Shaders done, updates done. Meta's not changing for as far as I know. Everything that we've been used to for the season 4 of Call of Duty is going to be the same in season 5, at least in terms of competitively. The map pool and rank play slightly updated, but again, Sakura League is not updating their map pool in line with the rank play stuff, as rank players doing whatever they feel like they want to do. But here we go, ladies and gents. Map number 1 now is going to be underway. We're going to be seeing Lunar Iconics on the left-hand side of your scoreboard here. Your Lunar Iconic side is going to be Alicia, Kay, Sumby, and Smiley, and up against them are the Peachy Originals, and original indeed they are. They've been around the scene for a while, some of these players, and we got Peachy Raw, Jazz, Livy, and Gillette on the side of the Peachy OGs. But Lunar Iconics, as we've alluded to, they're going to be looking to try and secure first place in their groups, with their final game being this Peachy Originals one. Peachy Originals still a lot to play for, trying to beat the other Peachy side maybe in terms of their placements and trying to get into a nicer spot in playoffs, but it is going to be all Lunar Iconics so far. No Peachy kills as of yet. It's a completely pink or purpley dominated feed, 20-0 as it stands now, and the time keeps going. Still 7 now kills without a trade for Peachy, and there's only 20 seconds left on this time, so you are going to start to think about that rotation towards New. But currently Peachy are spawning on the opposite side, and Jazz is going to open things up with one there onto K, who soaked up a lovely 30 seconds on that P1. Is now going to be looking off a spawn potentially to try and just bang towards New and maybe get straight back on the hill, soak some time. And you can actually see her here. It's been in a bit of a gunfight, with Liv through the top, and Sub versus Nayara. It is going to be Kay that actually does win that one in the end, as the kill is going to have to come through, as Alicia's trying to wallbang the gen, but not quite able to get the right angle on it to wallbang. Is a very specific angle, as you can wallbang the generator there, but she's going to deal with Raw up top before Liv comes in with the trade. But is Kay being a nuisance again, just like she was in that P1. A 5-3 start from her. She gets 2 in the back onto the time, and Peachy are wiped off it again. 30 seconds left. You got your stiff AR up top. Zombie yet to die. There we go. Finally does die. Jazabella shutting her down. And Peachy, considering they were 7 kills, 8 kills maybe, I think it was, without one answered in that P1. The fact they're only down 15 points here, and they might be able to pick up some scrap time if Gillette was able to shut down some B, but not quite. And off the back of another K2 piece on the rotation, Lunar Iconics securing old and that new time as well. And the Peachy OGs have got to fight through blue to try and take them off, and the first one has been won by Raw. It's K on this kind of inside wall here, going to give away a position by shooting early, but some good shots will take Raw off the heady. Looking for the second, not quite able to get the kill, but he's going to get the assist to him. And a 9-4 start from K on that 4th streak now, and great shots from Raw to rip her off the plane. No thank you to the Hellstorm, says Raw, and even going to take Smiley off the time as well, and she's looking for that final player. The pre-aim was not quite going to be in her favour. As you can still see these two girls fighting through old. Kay, first player in the lobby to hit that 10 kill mark. Alicia fighting through mid as well. Is now going to start to back up to block those blue spawns for new. And an 80-30 game on the first 3 hills is good. But Gillette and Liv are going to secure that old time for Peachy. And similar to last hill, they need to now fight through blue. Try and get those back spawns. And then inevitably onto that hill time as Kay tagged up on the time. Is going to get shut down by Raw. Some big fights coming down here. It's going to be Alessia on the back roof that's shut down. And the girls on Peachy are now in. It's Sunby through the top. Got a few trying to get out through the back as well. So it's going to be an absolute bang out in the top of blue here. Live on time. Is she going to read them coming down the stairs? She's going to pre-aim onto Smiley, but Kay sprints through the front door at the same time. And there it is, a complete 4 down, wiping the feed, 7 streak for the 3 girls, alive for Lunar Iconics. And Smiley's getting aggressive out towards this shot part of the map, towards the P1 time. The fights are still going back and forth. It's going to be Lunar Iconics potentially to pick up that scrap time. Somebody might start to think now about trying to get out towards the right hand side of the map. Only 10 seconds left, gets the info, and there it is. She's going to play out towards plane, try and get towards that new time where you already live. Set up in the top window. She's going to tag up one player, trying to push through around the back of the trailer. It's Kay again, just taking a lot to kill her, especially with how many bullets she's just soaked up there. P1 time, now it's the bullets. She's soaking everything tonight. It's Peachy with a good hold here, but they have allowed Kay to get Mixie through the top green. She's going to be able to shoot 1 in the back, potentially 2. None kills are coming through. A couple missed shots from Kay. She's not going to want to watch that one back. After the 14-9 start, you kind of backed her to get at least 1 there, if not 2. But it doesn't matter as her teammates are able to get 3 kills there. Left Gillette on her own on the time, and with 30 seconds left, Lunar are going to flip those spawns, and Peach need to rely on those nades onto the time to kind of wipe them off. Liv's lands on top of Alicia, and that's going to shut her down as the rest of the kills are now starting to come through. Liv over the top, not able to get it. Raw, Gillette looking for the trades. The members of Peachy are just being outslayed by Lunar Iconics currently. They might be playing the game relatively correctly. The fundamentals seem to be there. They're rotating early. They're playing for that scrap time if they're outside and not spawning towards the back. But they've just got to find an answer here and try and keep up with this lane. They're currently being outslayed by a total of 17 kills. My maths is correct. Maybe that 15 now as Raw and Gillette have already popped 2 towards this new hill. Only a 50-point game. On a map like Scar, you can easily just chain a hill or 2 together, and all of a sudden that 50-point deficit is going to be a 50-point lead for you. Should you be able to do so, but with Alicia picking up 2 through shop, and there's now Kay trying to get back to her P1 home, and with Smiley and somebody all there around to help as well. It's going to be a lot of important fights for the subs through shop. It's Jazz that loses out with somebody picking up a big 2. Smiley picking up another one as well onto that P1 time, and 15 seconds left. Peachy are going to be spawning out towards the green side off the map. However, you have got Smiley pushed out here. Maybe going to spawn them a little bit strange. Maybe a split spawn towards blue. Should she get aggressive towards this, as we're seeing Gillette there fall out the window. And these kills on New are absolutely crucial. Alicia picks up another 2. A 5 streak for her now. Looking like she might be trying to work towards that Hellstorm missile. A couple missed shots there, and she's only got 2 bullets left in that AR. She's not going to be able to do too much with it. She's going to use them. But it's going to be Raw after that stun check comes through. It's able to shut her down. You're relying on the girls now to go through the bottom of the time. Try and chow them out here, but it's going to be Alicia, another 2-piece from the top. We've said that a few times as this game has gone on. The amount of 2 pieces she's got through the top red side of this time, and we've kind of seen Kay do a similar thing with 2 pieces in and around the hard points and playing those cuts. Look at her now on this pinch. She's going to get 1. Does she read there's a second one there? She won't, but so luckily Jazz was tagged up by her teammates, so she only had to put 1 bullet into Jazz, and that's going to shut her down. Both Alicia now and Kay on 20 each in this map number 1. 181 to 109. Peachy Originals again set up towards this new, but the kills are going purple in the feed just as the hill pops. Gillette the only one alive. Some pistol shots are very good from her, and Chow's up towards the kayaks, but is instantly shut down. Look at this. A purple wall is now going to form across the middle of your map on this plane is K. Great shots from her. Somebody's going to fall through mid, which maybe opens up a lane for Peachy to try and chow through. And you don't really want to be running into the NPC of K here because she's not missing. The shots are very good here. There's 3 kills with a sub at range. And just like you said, you might want to start trying to think about going through mid. And Gillette's doing exactly that. Jazz is finally going to shut down K off for that plane, but it's still Alicia that's needed to die on the actual time. She will fall, and it's still Smiley in and around blue. Just kind of stayed alive long enough with Gillette being there as well to enable Lunar Iconics to keep spawning there. And Peachy are getting swarmed at new. It's just Liv. She's going to plop herself on the counter in the corner, but is instantly spotted by Smiley. Somebody trying to push out the Peachy spawn, making them spawn as deep as possible through P1. Isn't able to do so as the kills are coming through now. Lunar Iconics can win on this hill. 30 seconds is needed. Gillette through the top, Liv through the front door. Need to try and collapse onto this time together. They've done exactly that. Using Liv as a bit of bait. It's going to allow Gillette to pop a 2-piece. Peachy spawning in the back. But there's a couple Lunar Iconics players still in and around the time for now. There she is, Liv pops a big 2-piece at old. Makes it 3. Can she make it all 4? She can. 4-piece from Liv on the rotation. Smart play from her just to kind of think, well, I can't win off that old time. I let my teammates pick it up. Let's just get that map control and try and push it to them, because at the minute, Peachy Originals are not in a position to get onto that new time when it pops. And with only 26 points needed, you can already see Smiley set up in that P5 time. Just trying to dodge all the nades, really, as Jazz is going to pop 2 with an AR. And we swapped to her. She's got a sub in her hands. Over the top she goes. A couple missed shots. That one to Smiley's going to cost her. Smiley and the rest of Lunar, K I think it was with the other 2, are going to be winning those fights on time. There's a 3 streak now for both of those before Gillette trades out onto K. 15 seconds is needed. Lunar Iconic spawning in the back, and look how deep these Peachy spawns are. Good grenades, lob them over the top, but if Alessia's in that top green window, she's just going to be pushing those Peachy players back as far as possible. And it's only 5 seconds that is needed now. Raw has to get on the time. She's not going to be able to do so. Liv will forward. Zombie calls game with a 2-piece at the end. A 4 streak from her and a 7 combined streak from Lunar Iconics to see things off. And they take a map number 1 in a relatively convincing style. It was close for most that first rotation. I think Peachy kept it within 50, was kind of the worst it got, but it just increased in that second rotation as we went on through the hills. Peachy weren't able to get a foothold in their game, and of course we touched on the issues with Xbox Game Pass and how that might affect some of the players coming in here, particularly the Peachy, where 3 of them are on that Game Pass. But map number 1 is going to go the way of Lunar Iconics. 250 to 146 there, and K 32 kills, 3.3k damage, and she also had 11 assists to her name, so great stuff there. Definitely going to be happy with how that map number 1 has gone if you are Lunar Iconics, as we're going to find their logo and update it onto our graphic. Oh, that's lovely and large, isn't it? There we go. My shirt. Oh, in your head. What a tune. Alright, map number 1. As he just said, Lunar Iconics are going to take that one. Where is it? There it is. I couldn't find it. I spent forever looking for where I've got my source for that. And the girls are getting underway again very quickly here. Map number 2 is already loading up as I'm currently typing out the map count in the chat. Just so everyone knows that Lunar are taking their 1-0 advantage here in the series of Raid S&D. This is where we saw Peachy. I think it was against Paradox Pearls where I watched Peachy and they played the Raid S&D. So it seems to be a map that the teams are confident with. We've not had a change of sides either. So Raid S&D, again, win on offense and on defense. But it's going to be that team that kind of strings the first 2-3 rounds together. You're going to be looking at on top Peachy probably wanting to win a round or 2 early on to kind of settle themselves down into this series, As we're seeing a slow Lunar Iconics play towards the ring side of the map as The stuns and nades now missing is K's Q to get aggressive. She does seem to be the player that sets pace for this Lunar side, as somehow Zombie is going to see herself off with her own frag grenade. And we will be seeing her in round number 2, but Raw adds to kind of the despair of this team kill there. The team kill, or kind of the suicide, I guess, coming in. This is now a 2 versus 4. It's Kane and Alicia, the two slayers from the last map, really. Alicia's going to get one before being traded. Good work from Peachy to make sure they have that numbers advantage and they're using it, and there it is. Peachy Originals close out round number 1. Pretty convincing. I mean, Sunby seeing herself out the first round door is obviously going to help matters there, but they still had the rest of the players, and Peachy have done well in that round number 1, and give me 2 secs in between rounds. Oh, I'm muted. You couldn't even hear me. Okay, very aggressive up the stairs here. At the start of the round, he's going to spot Liv trying to crush the bomb, but Jazz deals with her teammate over the top. And that leaves things in a 3 versus 3. Look at this. All of mid is completely covered up by Lunar Iconics. Peachy kind of cornered themselves in towards bed, but it's going to be Raw and Smiley here. Big gunfight going down. Smiley does well just to throw a shoulder and to get away, as Sunby round the back is going to deal with Jazz, who is trying to push up. Maybe retrieve that bomb by the hot tub. It's going to be Raw and Gillette in a 2 versus 3, and the bad timing comes in there, but Raw's going to be heard reloading. Kay's going to deal with her, leaves Gillette in a 1v3. She deals with the first. Gillette! Some great shots onto Smiley, but not quite able to do so. Smiley just had that advantage with kind of the weapon of choice in that gunfight there. The sub versus the AR. With that, I think that's the lovely new black cell camo, if I'm not mistaken, but there it is. Lunar Iconics level things up at 1 apiece. Defensive team is holding strong so far. But it'll be interesting to see how things play out as we continue on here. It looks like it might be a bit of a mid tier here from Lunar. It's going to be Raw on the other side of things, who's potentially going to see, yep, exactly that. She's going to see the entire team. I'm sure she's absolutely screaming at Liv and at the rest of the Peachy girls that the whole team is mid, the whole team is mid. But as Liv pops up the stairs, she doesn't actually get any timing onto any of the players. She's now going to plop herself in that corner on the Sun Lounger, Smiley, sniper in hand. Going to be trying to work picks towards bedroom, but Jazz level things up in a 2 versus 2 now. Look how split all the players are. Peachy are very split. Lunar are also very split as well. But this gunfight here between Jazz and Kay is going to be crucial. Some great shots from Kay, but it's going to be Jazz that wins that one. Has Smiley spotted Liv on those stairs? It doesn't look like it. Remember, Smiley, sniper in hand. She's probably going to be looking to try and find a gun. She's also going to be looking to try and pick up that bomb. She's got 30 seconds now. Try and see out this round. Smiley swaps to her sniper. I think she's just spotted maybe Jazz's ankle going up there. Jazz will now spot her though, and Jazz with 3 in that round to win the 2 versus 3. Liv's had her feet up the whole time, not had to do anything there, as she's looked to her side and her duo has completely taken over there. Let's hope there was a fist bump in between those rounds, because she's earned one. 5-1 start from Jazz in this S&D. And this is what you want if you're Peachy, or if you're a Peachy fan. You want them to start off hot in this map number 2. Come out, guns blazing. Ready to go, but we are going to stay on board with Smiley here, just because she has got a sniper in hand. I'll be interested to see if she's going to spot any Peachy players mid, but they're going to go back towards the bedroom, all 4 of them. Liv, very aggressive again. This time it's not going to be met with K, although it looked like, by the way Liv is playing here, she might be expecting K to be through mid, and she would be right. However, K is just playing in towards P5, and it's going to be Gillette that falls as soon as we hop off of Smiley with the sniper. She does get a pick and does see the top of Liv's head. Crossing back, as we're now going to see the gunfight coming through as Sumbi and K are going to get the shots down. It's Sumbi that gets the final bullet for the kill accreditation. As Raw on this pinch again, he's going to shut down K. 2 versus 2 now, so 2v4, 2 versus 2. You got Smiley on the bomb, sniper in hand. She's just going to try and pick it up and hop the bomb. It's not going to work out. You've got Sumbi up close in the water, wins the first one awkwardly. The animation of jumping out the water is never too great as Raw is going to have to check the bomb. Otherwise, this is going to be a round. Can she do it? She can still get Smiley off the bomb. She does. Raw clutches up in the 1 versus 2. And Peachy clutch up in the 2 versus 4 to take a 3-1 lead in your map number 2. I thought for a second she wasn't going to have time. She was just going to run away, play her life. But I think the girls must have said, come on, you got to check the bomb. She could have hopped it. And with that kill, as we're going to see it again now, Smiley doing the right thing just by hopping the bomb, making sure that the fuse is coming in. But Sumbi second guessing where the chow from Raw was going to be coming from. And Peachy Raw able to now extend the lead to 3-1 in this map number 2. How crucial could another defensive round win here be for Peachy? A 4-1 lead is almost unlosable. Almost. 3 rounds is a big gap compared to the 1 round if Lunar Iconics are going to win this one and level things up. But bring it down to 3-2. But it's Peachy with the first blood again as that is going to be Alicia Fallen having a little bit of a slow one to start things off here in the map number 2, sorry. But look at this, Peachy now. The pinch is on. Look at this. They're like a pack of cheetahs hunting their prey. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Liv finds her first of the game onto K. Just a freebie in the back. Gillette's going to get another one onto Sumbi. And as Raw hops the bomb, it's going to leave Smiley in the 1v4. She's got an NPC in her hands, but the bomb's pointing to the other side. Raw's going to get the fuse off. Smiley is going to still be alive, but Beach Originals 4-1 in the S&D. And what a map this is turning out to be for the Peachy side. There's a lovely emblem there from Gillette. She must have got that one from watching the CDL this weekend. On the side note, hi Kiwi mate, big fan of Kiwi. 4-1. Lunar Iconics kind of need to put a stop to this now. This is an even more important round if you're Lunar Iconics. Peachy still now with that 3-round cushion. Can afford to lose a round as much as they probably don't want to. Whereas Lunar Iconics really can't afford to go 5-1 down, and there it is, K. The aggression pays off again. It seems to be K versus Liv in that aggressive fight, and it's always her catching Liv with that AR in hand, and that time she had a stun in her hand. As they kind of know that K's going to be pinching here, so you can see Gillette watching it. Looks like K's call is to wait for Smiley. They're going to try and double hit this pinch together. But Sumbi's going to win another one down onto ring. And it's now a 2 versus 4. Jazz and Gillette. Jazz is going to win 1. Jazz wins 2. The last 2 are on the pinch with Gillette. It's going to be Jazz needing to win a 1v2. Make that a 1v1 as she gets the first. Her versus K. The 2 top slayers for their respective teams in the map number 1 is going to be K that comes out on top. But Jazzabella with 3 in that round almost got the ace to extend it to a 5-1 lead. But it wasn't quite the case. As K opens the round up with a pick on the water stairs. Closes the round out in a 1 versus 1 win as well. Crucial for her team there, and some props going to her if they're able to chain a few rounds here and bring things back. And she's going to love us for doing this. Let's hop on with Alicia for a minute and see what is going on. 1-6 start isn't ideal, especially when your team are losing. We're looking to try and get that first blood with Liv. Tags up are good, but they are only tags. Although that nade almost rolled into Liv there. The trophy's now going to be invested by Peachy, as they know this pressure is coming through onto the B bomb site. The shots are still all over the place on both sides. No kill coming through until now. She just needed the opposite of a caster curse to get her second of the game. Opens things up. A bomb was going down, but Gillette with a couple wallbang shots, is going to slow that push down. And will Raw see Alessia through the water? She will. She tags her up as well. 17 HP is all that she's got in a 2 versus 3 situation. Not in the best of spots, but Sumbi over the top is able to help her. It's now a 1 versus 2 for Jazz. The 2 versus 3 made into a 2 versus 1 with Sunbeam and Alicia somehow being able to jump out of the water and pick up a kill. Jazz, she's already had 11 in this map. She's looking to make it 12. Can she make it 13? She's not able to get her 12 just yet. As the bomb is now instantly being laid. Somebody's still on the mid-stairs heady. And Jazz, with only one clip in that M15 left, is going to reposition. Somebody also repositioning across, but they're not going to see each other. The timing there is working out for both players in a way, actually. Interesting. With 25 seconds left, where's Sunbeam going to opt to play? Looks like she's going to go down towards the water stairs and play a bit closer to Alicia from kind of their side of the B bomb now. Alicia chows to the top window. Jazz, a couple shots. The wallbang not able to connect there, and some good movement from Sunbeam's going to shut down Jazz. And Lunar Iconics from 4-1 down win back-to-back rounds. It's 4-3, and all of a sudden this S&D is a lot closer than it was a minute ago. There's the movement coming to play from Sunbeam. AR versus AR. Jazz didn't really have the ammunition to take too many gunfights, and unfortunate to not kill one of those two Lunar players on the stairs when it first went to a 1 versus 2. But Peachy might be kicking themselves should they go on to lose the next round or even this map, that they gave up the 3v2 advantage there on the defensive side. But they're going to return to a very strong offensive side they've had, taking them towards this A-bomb, sorry. The nades are going to destroy the van and also destroy any hopes that Jazz had of getting aggressive towards ring early on. As it looks like the play call is in, they're just going to wrap this bomb now after Liv. Woes of map number 2 are continuing after being picked again, this time by K again. Interesting to see the first blood stat after this round of how many first bloods K has actually managed to get herself in the 8 rounds of Raid S&D that we've seen so far. We're guaranteed at least 2 more rounds, if not 3, as Sunbeam makes it a 2 versus 4 again. This time though they've shut down Jazz, and it's now all down to Raw in a 1v4. And look at this, look at the purple arrows. They've got her pinned in. The shots are good from Raw, but not able to get the kill through. And it's going to be another streak, or another clean round, sorry, from Lunar Iconics. K has got only 2 first bloods. I feel like she's got a lot more than that. It seems like that, but clearly not, as it's going to be K that finishes the rounds as well, just like the previous time that she got first blood. And what is that now? I think that's 7, maybe 8 kills combined. Yeah, 8 unanswered kills now for Lunar. Peachy in the middle of this game need to adapt their game plan. So it looks like Lunar Iconics have completely worked out what Peachy are doing, and they've been able to adapt theirs to suit the needs of Peachy. As K, and a couple jiggles, he's going to know that Jazz is in catch. Oh, sorry, Raw is in catch. Actually, now he's going to back out and play with the rest of her team as Gillette almost capturing the 7-tex while trying to do her laundry. K is going to get spotted. Just the tip of her head there was on show. So no blood for her this time, but she is blooded instead. As Smiley trades out onto Raw. Jazz gets one onto Alicia, who got aggressive through laundry. It's now a 2 versus 3. Liv's going to spot them on the cross through mid. Wins the first, but is so weak. Smiley's going to get pretty much a free kill at long range with that sub, but the bomb is down now at the top of the water stairs. Is Smiley going to get some timing onto these players? She's not. Tags up the first onto Jazz, is somehow away. Some good movement, dodging and diving. Get her on your dodgeball roster, but she will fall in the end as Peachy convert the 2 versus 1 into a round win, and they are now on match point here with Jazabella getting her 13th of the game. Someone divlock her to div 8. There it is, match point then. Who is going to come out on top in this important round number 10? Smiley still not going to pull that sniper back out again. Let's watch K off break off, as the action always seems to be in her camp, as Peachy, bomb in hand, are taking it back towards the B bomb again. This time K playing slightly differently inside the Tiki. Raw. She's going to be spotted top bed, but Sunbeam, she's made her own mistake again. I think she's fallen off the map this time or something. I don't know how she's fallen off the map or where, but it seems like that's what's happened. She's now left her team in a 2 versus 4 After 2 suicides in the game, Alicia will win the first on to live. 2 versus 3, and the bomb now down. Numbers are still in Peachy's advantage, especially with the split push from Lunar. And with Gillette winning a huge one, sub on sub against Smiley. Alicia with a 1v3 with 20 seconds on the board. This would be some clutch, but it is not going to look likely. 3 kills and a defuse. No smokes either. As soon as she goes around the corner, I think Gillette has seen her. Gillette has seen her, and Gillette will get both the kills in 2 versus 3. And Peachy Originals take your A&D 6-4. There was a bit of a scare in the middle of the map. I'm sure the girls will probably admit that themselves. There was a bit of a scare after that 4-1 lead that they had was completely squashed, and it was back to 4-all. But they held on strong. Won 2 rounds back to back, and Isabella 13-6. Gillette 8-6 as well. Definitely be looking at them as a bit of a thank you, maybe if you're Aurora or Liv. Set 1.7k damage. Alicia, 1.3k damage for 4 kills. I feel your pain, mate. That is horrible. That is a lot of damage for literally 4 kills. Most damage on your team, and it didn't look like you're having the best of games, but the gun was shooting. You just weren't able to get those kills. People just running away from you. Oh, sorry for the yawn. Don't know why we're feeling so tired all of a sudden. But it does set ourselves up nicely for this series to continue, as we're going to be heading into a map number 3 now. And maybe if you're Peachy, you might be thinking about trying to hit this Lunar Iconics team with a bit of a Neslo. After seeing how strong they are in that map number 1 hardpoint, they might be able to do the same in the map number 4. Well, we are going to be going to a Scar Overload. A map where you can do well from both sides on attacking, but I prefer attacking the blue side. Most teams prefer attacking towards the green side of the map, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh, someone get me a Jaeger, because that tune was pumping. There we go. No more pumping. Well, they can be pumping, but might be a GA break if the players go on to do it here, as Raw's going to open things up with the nade, as Smiley was trying to throw her own over the top, but it's not going to happen. And Peachy, 2 kills straight away. No pressure through shot though, so it's going to allow Kay to get up and towards the ball and shut down Raw, that was trying to pick up the ball at the same time. She's still going to keep roaming out towards that shop, as you got Gillette on the other side of the map roaming out towards the back blue. She's trying to dictate those spawns, and with 3 kills coming through, she's going to spawn them towards the front of this blue building, as Alessia is going to fall as well. With another kill coming through. Liv, that's 2 kills now. They're looking to try and work this ball up, but it's just going to be her and Aurora in that shop. The keeper is not home. Pistol in hand. It's not going to be an easy position. Try and break through. Oh, some unlucky shots there from Raw. Somebody's going to win that one. She was ready for the gunfight first. Kay going into this shop again. I feel like we're going to say that a lot between her and Jazz in this shop. It could be an interesting battle as this game goes on, as Peachy looked like they were going to start to bring that ball up and take the ball all the way towards the Lunar base. But since then, Lunars just get 3 dead. They bring the ball up and then straight away Peachy answer back. It's back and forth counter-attacking overload ball. No team able to really get map control just yet though, and even with another 3 Lunar kills coming through, Kay shut down with a nade from Raw. And apart from Sunby inside the green, the map control isn't really there. They're going to try and take towards A. Gillette jumps out the window at the wrong time. It's going to be a free cap. It's a goal for Smiley. Just walks it home, pretty much uncontested. Gillette getting unlucky with the timing of kind of the sweeping ping on the almost UAV, if you were. The Lunar Iconics would have been pinging off. Oh god! I'm so sorry. That was needed. I've been trying to hold off on that yawn for a very long time, and it's finally come out. It's going to be Kay Pistol in hand. He's going to deal with Raw though as the kill's going towards A again. She doesn't bounce off the wall and almost gets costed by doing so. If you bounce off the wall, that cap's almost guaranteed every single time. There's something about bouncing off a wall rather than just sprinting and sliding through that just guarantees you that cap. And Lunar Iconics 2-0 lead. They've got another wave of kills already towards this red side of the map as well. You're going to need a good defensive hold here, but Jazz is going to fall. K-Sub over the top doing more wonders than hers. Now battle, we spoke about it a few times, haven't we? It's currently being won by K and Zombie winning their AR duels for sure. So Gillette still trying to be pushed out towards the blue side of the map and dictate those spawns, and not able to do so as the rest of her team are falling behind her, and there's not too many players there. A team kill from Jazz is not going to be too much use. That's going to even things up and make it kind of a 2 vs 2, but Zombie still patrolling around the back. What a huge kill that is there from Raw to now enable Peachy to start to regain control of this P2, and with all the kills going in their favour towards P2 as well, it's starting to look up. Great shots from Raw now, ripping Zombie out that top window. 2 kills coming through from her, a 5 streak now in total. Still trying to push up, makes it a 6. He's going to fall before the streak can turn into a hellstorm. As we see a checkerboard feed, but Lunar Iconics clearing Peachy out of P2 now. As they start to think about working this ball up. Smiley, Alicia, able to look over the top. It's just Kay now, ball in hand. She's going to walk it home for a second of the game. 3 in the round from Lunar Iconics, and with a minute to go, there is potential, especially with the players are pushed out, for them to relay this for a 4-0 lead going into the half. And as I said, some people really like attacking towards this green side. It seems like Lunar Iconics are one of those teams. But Peachy, good defensive wave of kills there. It's going to spawn all the players out towards white wall, and now eventually out towards the back of blue. But it's Zombie, 14 and 9. A great map from her. Just mowing down the Peachy players, playing through mid and trying to get that ball. Liv has her to one shot and he's going to win that fight. AR duo of Raw helping her out. Slow 3. There's a slow 4 now. Can they start to think about this ball and taking it up? It's going to be Liv, ball in hand. Jazz got her elbow across her face from that stun grenade that Smiley's thrown at her. With only 5 seconds, is the ball going to be retrieved by either team? Are we going to see a potential extension of the overload? Liv is going to go for it. Peachy do actually have control of their base, and there's some unfortunate shots there from Lunar to not shut down Liv as she was tagged up massively there. But it is going to be Peachy with a very last ditch goal to make it 3-1. Kamaz, it is my birthday in August. Very start of August. But the tourney is being done before mine and Liv's birthdays. I think it's before Liv's. Due to things actually happening on our birthday. And that weekend of my birthday, I'm going to be hungover for the majority of it. So that'll be fun. But yeah, like I said, Commands, when is yours? When is yours? But yeah, 3-1 in this game now between Peachy and Lunar. As we're saying on board with Liv, after that final capture comes through, Kay's just picked up the ball and instantly ran towards the left side of the map. Somebody with 2. She's a little bit worried that someone's going to be here, but Smiley saying, no, quick, come towards me. There is no one here. And Kay, 3 of the best. She's made them pay. Wait, and that completes a wonderful hat trick. She's taking the match ball home with her, or the match EMP home with her. She's been able to pick up 3 captures in the, well, pretty much no time at all. A 4-1 lead now, 3-goal lead reclaimed after Kay was able to walk that one in, and out towards this P2, which Peachy did have a lot of control over. All 3 players channeling through dirt. It's Raw and Jazz now. The stun over the top is going to be crucial. It's going to slow this push down massively. Jazz just trying to stay alive. It's going to be 5 purple kills coming through as Alicia picks up a team kill onto Smiley at the same time, but Lunar Iconics regrouping the ball out towards the left side, towards plane here. They try and do similar things to what they just did. It's in the hands of Kay again as well. Although Jazz looking to try and put a stop to that this time, as she's got one, but Kay's just meant to sprint through mid. 3 purple kills all come through. Which point is she going to go to? She's going to go towards the B point, which would have been a risky play as Jazz has spawned there, but luckily Smiley was a lead blocker for her, and Kay rips Liv on the turn and burn. A 5-1 lead. Lunar Iconics look to be a very dominant respawn team. It's 5-1 on a Scar. Overload is definitely nothing to shake your head at. But the ball is starting to walk up towards this left-hand side of the map for Peachy. Towards this B point, but they don't seem to be able to get that clean wave of kills to kind of break through the Lunar base. And especially this B point, it's impossible to just sneak through the net. You've got to get those kills, and Liv pistol in hand. Smiley's going to win that one. Leaves Gillette and Raw as Jazz is kind of trying to finesse through the top of blue. Not going to happen. Raw. They were just going back and forth over the top. It was like a gymnastics competition there. They were just using the fence as a pommel horse. No one wanted to use their guns. They're opting for peace rather than violence, but in a game of Call of Duty, violence is always going to be the winner. And with 2 minutes left in this game, it's not mathematically impossible for Peachy to lose this game. Sorry, however, no, I did mean win this game. Christ, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. It's not mathematically impossible for Peachy to lose this game. New sentence. New sentence. I've given up. I'm not going to say that sentence again. Minute 50. Gillette, ball in hand. That means she's only got a pistol, and she's got 3 Lunar players all flying towards P1. A lot of gunfights going to need some help, and Jazz is going to be there of assistance. We've also seen Raw there of assistance. Looking to try and work their way through this left-hand side again. They seem to be in a bit of a stalemate where Lunar are just holding strong on defense. Gillette is going to kill the weakened Smiley with 1 shot of a pistol. But with Kay on a bit of a pinch, that's her 26th of the game. Top of the board for her in the slaying department again here in this map, in this respawn, sorry. But minute 10, you can pretty much now say it is a map win for Lunar, especially with those kills coming through. Purple in the feed. You've got another pinch coming through. If it's not Kay pinching, it's Smiley. And look at this. Great trigger discipline there to not just shoot early on. Wait for those spawn kills to come through. They don't need to really kill the one with the pistol. The player with the pistol is going to have enough work to do by themselves. And there it is, ladies and gents. The next 45 seconds. We've been playing for a bit of pride. Our shout next goal wins now. Just in case Peachy are able to get a cap here and they can take the moral victory here. But 6-1 to Lunar Iconics currently with 30 seconds to go. Looks like more captures could come through for them as well, with them pushing out towards mid. They've kind of given up this blue building though, which would have been useful for them to guarantee another capture. Doesn't matter. Lunar Iconics still find their way through. 7-1 now in the overload. They're going to be playing for 8. Peachy just playing for stats really here now. Gillette will win 1. The kills aren't going to go all orange though for them to pick up the ball, as Rory's going to find 1. Is going to pause the clock as 4 kills come through. Oh, she's not going to pause the clock. There is no overtime apparently when you pick up the ball. Good to know. But ladies and gents, Lunar Iconics, another dominant respawn there. All 4 members of Peachy were negative on the scoreboard. That kind of goes to show the slaying difference between these two sides again, just like we saw the first time we saw Scar in the series in that map number 1. Outslayed of 6-13. They got outslayed by 11, so maybe not as drastic as you might have thought, but 7-1. Very, very tough scoreline there. But Lunar setting themselves up nicely. Try and take this series in 4. Hacienda Hardpoint is next, and I will be right back. Look at that for timing. Map number 4 on underway. The second we sit back down in our chair, and as we said, Lunar have looked the better team in the respawns so far. Taking both Scar Hardpoint, map number 1, and just seen them take the Scar Overload. But Hacienda, very different. I know the Peachy side, they all played COD last year, so they know how to play Hacienda, whereas I know some of the Lunar Iconics players maybe a little bit newer to competitive COD and maybe don't have the same Hacienda reps that Peachy do. And Peachy done well to kind of split the time on this hill so far, as we saw them get the first wave of kills coming through. But it is going to be Lunar Iconics that answer straight back with a wave of their own. And they left her up to this lady here, Gillette, yet to die in this map number 4, trying to keep her team alive as they're rotating early towards this P2. There's a big fight coming down here. Sumby versus Liv. It's going to be Liv that wins that one as Sumby runs straight into her. Smiley throws the stun, right at Liv. She catches that one to the feet, and it's going to be K. AR in hand. You don't often see that. K getting the kill, and they are in the kill feed, but she's going to win that one. As the fights in the back are still coming down, but there's a big one coming down on the time as well now, and Sumby's going to win that one. Peachy's still with the back spawns now, so you're going to have to hold it from the front if you're Lunar, or do you? K trying to hit a bit of a pinch through the back door. One kill coming through. It's going to spawn some of the Peachy players out with that one player presence in the back spawn. It wasn't allowing Raw to spawn in the back there, but as soon as K fell, the rest of the Peachy players were fine to spawn in the back, but the trade's going to be in on the time. Bit of a checkerboard feed. It's going to be K and Alicia who kind of shut this down now, and with 15 seconds left to go, Lunar are going to be looking to take a 30-point lead off the first 2 hills and start to think about breaking this P3 hill. Again, another map with only 4 hills. This is kind of one of the hills that you can hold a good chunk of time off of a P3. The spawns can be a little bit mixy towards the back tin if you're not blocking it like Liv is here. You're going to see consistent spawns out towards the well from Lunar. Unless Alicia can sneak through enemy lines. She's not going to go through the back way to try and kill Liv, but she's going to get a freebie onto Jazz as she kind of followed her all the way up. And with Liv being the only one alive, if she falls here, Peachy players are going to be in a world of danger, and there's a bit of a split spawn coming through as Raw's going to spawn towards well. You've got Jazz and Gillette trying to play through Office together now as well. And K continuing that SMG prowess here. Going to be looking for some more. Alicia on a 5 spree here at Old. Very close to a Hellstorm, but she's got no more AR ammo. Pistol is anything that's left. And look at Gillette hopping back and forth like Bugs Bunny. He's going to win that one. Bugs Bunny on a pogo stick even. Even more hopping. But P4. This proper mixy hill now. The Omni movement's made it a bit easier to kind of hold this hill for longer periods of time than I would argue in the last game, where it was a bit more mixy. You can just hop over that rock and kind of play your life a bit better. But it's going to be bang out again. Alicia wins the first. K follows it up with one as well before Raw is able to get 2. But she's the only Peachy member alive still, as Alicia opened up with the first in that wave of kills. Finishes off with the last Peachy player as well, and she's still looking for more. K has to shut her down as they now touch that 100-point mark. Peachy Originals with 15 seconds left on this P4 hill. Going to need to start thinking about going for that mid control as Rock is all purple. And it continues to be here. There's still more kills coming through. It's another 5 combined from the 3 players alive here. K obviously off a spawn just then as well. Sumby going to shut down Liv. K's going to win one onto Raw, and she's going to just be looking to kind of sit on this fountain, soak up the time, and see if Peachy are able to find an answer. What she's doing, she was basically just doing laps around there. It looked like she was almost doing the bleep test on the hard point there. She didn't know where she was sat on the hill. Peachy definitely wouldn't have known. They are going to get the kills and hold that time for now. Jazz with the back of 3. Raw and Liv and Gillette now all with kills. 7 unanswered kills until that one there onto Raw. And with only 15 seconds to go, Peachy don't need to worry too much about this old time, although that if Gillette can get it, it's going to be crucial. They need to worry about this push onto New and Liv. As soon as she gets to this time, she's going to be met with a duo of Kay and Alicia, synchronized sliding into the doorway. They're going to deal with the first. They're going to be looking to shout Raw out the back. A tough gunfight for both players there, especially with Raw behind the window of the broken car. But Raw is going to win one. Still pressure, needing to go out the back if you're Peachy, but you don't want to give up too much time and not have the time or the back spawns here, as Kay's going to get off the time momentarily to win a huge fight side door. She's going to be looking to do her same again against Jazz. 7 HP for Jazz. Both players backing up now as Lunar Iconics double the Peachy scoreline, and the lead is now in excess of 80 points and counting. With 30 seconds left on this time, they are able to secure it all. They can be up 100 points as this rotation continues on now. Back to another P3. You can really see Lunar Iconics are heating up now. Alicia and Kay slid into that hill together at the same time, and since then gone on a combined 7 streak, 4 and 3 respectively. Now towards this new time, it is going to be Peachy for now, but you still have got to deal with Smiley, who down to 18 health is still somehow alive and is getting lost in the source in the back spawn. Probably going to pick up a freebie onto Jazz here, although timing is not great. If she just stayed still, maybe that free kill would have came through. It's going to be Kay and Sunby picking up the 4 Peachy players on this time, reinstating the 100-point lead that they took just at the end of that last hill. And Peachy still the team with the back spawns. They're holding them in the back, Lunar Iconics. Until now, the flip is in, and with 20 seconds to go, Peachy is stuck in 2 minds. Do we Chalol? Do we go new? Kind of whatever the decision is here, it's going to be the wrong one, because you can't afford to give him another 20 seconds, but you definitely can't afford to give them that new time. So they can technically win off of this P5 hill. It's not looking likely, knowing what kind of hill is coming up here, but if the trophy systems are good from Lunar Iconics, able to get them down on the hill and get an early break onto this time, which it looks like they're trying to do through mid, but a big pinch is coming in from Jazz. The trades are efficient though. Kay's going to shut down one. Gillette will get that kill. Another trade comes through from Alicia. They're looking for the kills on hill. It's Raw and it's Gillette in the same kind of spot. Jazz now back in the mix off spawn as well, trying to challenge into the time. It's going to be contested again. Lunar Iconics not able to win on this time, but my word, they get close as Liv. There we go. It's kind of just, you go on the time, you get a kill, you die. That's kind of how this whole P5 has been for both sides here. Zombie breaking the mold by being on a 2 streak on that time, and it's now Lunar Iconics. They've just got a strong hold on this time. I know the players are going to be funneling in from the Lambo side of the map. It's going to be Jazz that wins the first, and it just dips away. Kind of waiting for her teammates to come in. A good bait and switch there from the Peachy originals, but they're still not at that 100-point mark until now. Of course they are. They get there just as the time ticks over. But 228 to 103. This might be the most monumental comeback I have seen in the Sakura League, if this was to go the way of Peachy Originals. And of course, if you just joined us, 2-1 to Lunar Iconics as well, in this series. So Peachy do need to kind of keep playing for this P1 time. Lunar can just do what they want. They can keep stacking this time, playing towards it. Well, 10 or 13 points, is all that's needed for Lunar. Peachy, a lot more than that. But they're doing well. Peachy are able to hold this time off. They've been doing well to keep the kind of players at bay. Alicia and Smiley, some great pistol shots there to tag up Jazz to 14 HP. A Hellstorm invested. I can guess who it's from. It's from Kane. With 10 seconds for that new rotation, it forces the Peachy players to kind of take cover. A big 2 as Kay's going to bend that one in the front door of Wine. Sunby gets 3, and it's just Liv, the only player that's near this P2 time to try and stop this first push. Some good headshot multiplier kill there onto Kay. Sunby, Alicia on the time, fighting through. Smiley there as well now. 5 seconds and counting. The back spawn is going to be in from Liv. They're not going to read it, but they will get the information that she's there now, as Sunby and Smiley get a kill each. A cool game. And Lunar Iconics, with another outstanding respawn performance, are going to take your series tonight in the Challenger Division 3 games to 1. But you gotta give Peachy props. The SD was very Peachy dominated, but they just couldn't find an answer in the respawn tonight. The slaying power of Lunar Iconics, particularly Sumbi and Kay, even Alicia in that map number 3 as well, and even that map number 1, thinking of it. It was just too much to deal with. 22 non-traded kills there from Alicia out of her 23. Pretty good work there, and Lunar Iconics, you can kind of see why they are unbeaten in the Sakura season, winning 3-1 twice, 3-1 three times, sorry, and 3-0 twice, 2 of them being forfeits though, so it's going to be all to play for as we go into the weekend, but the Lunar Iconics are going to be your number 1 seed going into the playoff bracket this weekend in your Sakura Challenger division. But for now, guys, that is going to be me done for the stream. I appreciate everyone for stopping by, and